All right, continuing on. Let's jump right into it, man. All right, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahawashi, Shalom to the elect. All right, so let's get into it. I got a lesson queued up. All right, just touching on. Let's get it. It says curriculum, prophecy. Let's read it. Hold on. Give me a sec. Divination and magic in the ancient Mediterranean Near East. All right, so we're going to touch on this real quick, get into a lesson. The YAHAWAH Shema Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahawashi. All right, so yeah, we want to touch on about, how, correlating prophecy. Well, this is an article going into about the so-called University of Texas, going to show that all these universities and schools, they're all witch cauldrons. All right, and they, this is not a God-fearing country or nation. All right, and we want to make some correlations in the scriptures about, how we're not to adhere to magic, witchcraft, necromancy, wizardry. All right, and a lot of our people are operating in the spirit of witchcraft. Scriptures say rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. All right, you're rebelling against the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shema Shah, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So let's just get into it. Salakia. I'm gonna try to keep it low key, but let's just jump right into it. This is off of global.utexas.edu. Education, it says curriculum, prophecy, divination, and magic in the ancient Mediterranean and Near East. So this is a thing they're having today and tomorrow down here in Texas, man. Just going to show with all these things happening upon the earth, people are seeking an answer. All right, let's grab a quick precept. This is Isaiah 14. So like Isaiah 19 and verse 11. Surely the princes of Zoan are fools. The counsel of the wise counselors of Pharaoh is become brutish. How say ye unto Pharaoh, I am the son of the wise, the son of the ancient kings? Where are they? Where are thy wise men? And let them that tell thee now, and let them know what the Lord of hosts hath proposed upon Egypt. So right, these people are seeking the counselors, diviners, and they're seeking prophecy. Okay, it says UT Austin presents a conference on the phenomenon of prophecy. All right, so this is a major university. I wish all these universities, they cut up animals. They do all type of wizardry and sorcery, man. That's against the scriptures. That's not really put in the forefront like that. But I found this interesting because now they want to go into prophecy, seeking the wars that's happening over there in the Middle East, the prophets on the highways and byways. We're declaring we know the true power. So now everybody wants to get into prophecy. All right, it says, on the phenomenon of prophecy as a subset of the border category of divination. All right, in the scriptures, we're told not to practice this, man. This message, this ministry, this gospel is divinely inspired through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah, given through the Holy Spirit by Yahawashi. It says additional information across the ancient Mediterranean and Near East. There were a variety of ways in which specialists manipulated the supernatural realm. All right, we know everything falls under the jurisdiction, under the power source of our power, Yahweh Shema Shah, whether it be on the left hand or right hand. All right, it says going to Saul, he sucked a diviner, one that was in tune with the dead. All right, a witch. Ultimately, it says either to obtain knowledge via the divine realm or to manipulate the natural world via supernatural means. In recent years, scholars have examined the phenomenon of prophecy as a subset of the border category of divination, comparable to practices such as astrology or hierospesy. This November, in an effort to further expand our view in our body of comparative material, the University of Texas at Austin will host a curriculum on prophecy, divination, and magic in ancient Mediterranean Near East. Internationally recognized scholars from both North America, Europe will gather to present original research from fields such as Assyriology, Hebrew Bible, early Judaism, and early Christianity. Participants include keynote speaker Marti Nissany, all right, Joseph E. Sanzo, Ryan Schroeder, Hannah Tirvant, not Cole, Jonathan Stokel, Michael Schwartz, and Leslie Vera Nelson. So right, these all are witches, okay? You see? So we're gonna jump right into it in this, this so-called divination and things they're trying to put together and search out the old scriptures to get understanding about what's going on upon earth. Is not gonna work. All right? Amos 3:6, the mysteries and the secrets are given to his servants, the prophets, man, nobody else. Okay? Let's grab another quick precept before we jump into these scriptures. I'm gonna make this quick, man. This is Sirach 36 and 10. Smite asunder the heads of the rulers of the heathen that say there is none other but we. Gather all the tribes of Jacob together and inherit thou them as from the beginning. O Lord, have mercy upon the people that is called by thy name and upon Israel. Yasharallah, whom thou hast named thy firstborn. Be merciful unto Jerusalem, thy holy city, the place of thy rest. Fill Zion with thine unspeakable oracles. Fill Zion with thine unspeakable oracles, the prophecies, the understanding, the mysteries, the secrets, the wisdom, the knowledge of the kingdom of heaven, the rulers and the powers, the spirits. That's all given to Yahawashi and the ministry of the prophets, the leaders of the nation of Israel, which consists of Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So the oracles and the prophecies and the understanding is given to us through the Holy Spirit. It says, fill Zion with thy unspeakable oracles and thy people with thy glory. Give testimony unto those that thou hast possessed from the beginning and raise up prophets that have been in thy name. Right, so you can't call together these heathen, you heathen Edomites. You're going to these universities trying to figure out, what's next. It's not going to happen, man. It's going to be found wisdom, knowledge, understanding, prophecy, and the oracle is going to be found in the prophets, in the ministry, in the gospel, the ministry of the prophets with this gospel going out. Amos 3:6. The spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets, and they will have the understanding, all right, of what's next. The true prophecy, the true oracles, the testimony, which the testimony of Yahawashi is the spirit of prophecy. And there's nothing new. You had in the book of Daniel, when that man came and wrote on the wall, many tickle up parsing. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, they sent charmers, wizards to try to decipher what's on the wall. But who could read it? Daniel only, man. A elect man of the Lord. All right? A prophet whom the Lord has possessed from the beginning, man. So all this bullshit that you devils are trying to do is to none effect. All right? And I read the article. You see, I just found it interesting that they said they were going to try to go over what, let's read it again. It says, internationally recognized scholars, all right, from both North America, Europe were gathered to present original research from fields such as Assyriology, all right, Hebrew Bible, early Judaism, all right, early Christianity, all right. So they're calling scholars from all around the world to try to seek our knowledge, and it's not going to work, all right. And they're putting together a gumbo pot of doctrines and different writings and texts to try to come up with what's next. All right. And ultimately, this is left-hand wizardry. All right. Which the leaders of this world, Amalek, Esau, Edom, the elite bankers, this is what they practice. They're intertwined on the left-hand side. Okay. So I did a quick Google search. I put, because we're going to grab Isaiah the 47th chapter. All right. And it speaks about the Chaldeans. And this is modern day Sodom in Egypt, all right? This is modern day Babylon, modern day Assyria, so forth and so on. And those kingdoms practice divination, witchcraft, all right? Shit that we're not supposed to be doing, according to the scriptures. This is Deuteronomy. Matter of fact, let me read that. I put, were the Chaldeans magicians, all right? And I got a better definition on my phone, but I'm going live from it. So Salakia, this computer kind of slow too. Salakia. Let's just read something off of this, man. It says, hermeneutics.stackexchange.com. It says, in the definition of commentaries and noted answer, the Chaldeans appear to be a separate class of magicians and or astrologers, or maybe even priests, right? So essentially, these are, left-hand priests, all right, under the spiritual demon Satan, on a lower level, all right, because it's levels to everything, as it is with us, okay. But we know ultimately, according to the book of Colossians, let's grab that real quick. All right, this right hand, this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, the prophecies what we have been given on the right hand is far more powerful than the shit and the wicked knowledge that they have been given on the left. So this is Colossians chapter 1 and verse Colossians 1 and I started 16. It says, for by him are all things created that are in heaven and that are on earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers or things were created. All things were created by him and for him. And he is before all things, and by him all things consist. All right. It's all right, man. Let's go to the Deuteronomy real quick. I'm going to go to Isaiah. This is Deuteronomy 18. In verse 9, it reads, when thou art come into the land which the Lord, YAHAWAH, thy power giveth thee, thou shalt not learn to do after the abominations of the nations. It says, there shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or daughter to pass through the fire, or that useth divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or an witch, or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits. Right, that's who Saul seeked out. When the spirit was snatched from him, he sucked the witch. All right, because she raised the spirit up of Samuel, if I'm not mistaken. All right, and Samuel told Saul he was going to be where he was. All right, but it says charmer or consulter with familiar spirits, a wizard or a necromancer. It says, for all these things are abominations to the Lord, and because of these, the abominations of the Lord thy power do drive them out from before thee, right, the heathen. You see, so right. This is what we see again. Esau and these people are going to seek to charmers, wizards, necromancers, etc. Let's go here to, let me see. It's a lot. Yeah, let's go here to Exodus, but it's going to be a time in which is going to be made manifest that's not going to compare to this right hand, right? Which is Yahawashi and the prophets. This is Exodus 8. Verse 9, it says, and Moses said unto Pharaoh, glory over me, Salakia. Exodus 8 and 8. Then Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron and said, entreat the Lord that he may take away the frauds from me and from my people, and I will let thee go. Salakia. It started 6. And Aaron stretched out his hand over the waters of Egypt, and the frogs came up and covered the land of Egypt. And the magicians did so with their enchantments and brought up the frogs upon the land of Egypt. Right, so it was a time that the magicians and the charmers and the soothsayers, they were all, they had power. All right, and they were able to measure up to Moses and Aaron's, power by sending frogs. And you looking at spiritually now, these people, they're able to, summit and do all these wicked practices and rituals and sacrifices, and they're able to receive something from it. But now that we're getting deeper into the prophecies and the end times, and the sky, the chariots are showing themselves, the prophets, the men of the Lord are doing these lessons, and the Lord is making known his power, they're not able to have that power in their same just like these magicians, they were able to measure up to prophecy. Now it's coming to a time where men of the Lord are about to start doing miracles, and this power, this right hand power, is going to overdo the left hand side. So spiritually speaking, and liking that to this instance, it says, let's jump down. Let's jump down to verse 16. It says, and the magicians, Exodus 8 and 7, and the magicians did so with their enchantments and brought up frogs upon the land of Egypt. Jumping down to 16. It says, and the Lord said unto Moses, say unto Aaron, stretch out thy rod and smite the dust of the land, that it may become lice throughout all the land of Egypt. And they did so, For Aaron stretched out his hand with his rod and smote the dust of the earth, and it became lice in man and in beast, and all the dust of the land became lice throughout all the land of Egypt. And the magicians did so with their enchantments to bring forth lice, but they could not. So there were lice upon man and upon beast. And this is the time we're coming into, man. That sorcery that you devils are trying to conjure up, and you know, the knowledge that you're trying to get, you know, that you were able to once bring forth fruit on the left-hand side and gather your scholars and your, you know, left-hand priests and scientists, and to able to bring forth and make shit happen and get knowledge and wisdom, it's not going to happen no more, man. You're not going to be able to put forth them works. All right? You're not going to be able to keep up with prophecy in the spirit and power of Yahawashi. All right? This is, let me see what I got. Yeah, let's get Wisdom of Solomon. 17. In verse 7. It says, as for the illusions of art magic, they were put down, and their vaunting in wisdom was reproved with disgrace. All right, and that's what you guys claim to have, wisdom. And your wisdom is going to be found to be nothing in the times that we're coming into. Really right now, man. All right? The scripture said, where are thy wise men? Where are these smart, eloquent, goddamn preachers? They look foolish. Dr. Brown, vocab, you know, all these guys, man. All right? Because the lies are being cast down, and it starts with this word. Hey, shalom, bro. Yahawashi shabrakatah. Kasai shalom. You see? So, man, it's being cast down, man. And it's a beautiful thing. And little old us, 3/5 of a human being, Negroes like nothing, slaves. We're confounding this fucking devil, man. All right, and 2/3 of our bone-headed, brick-headed people, man, that refuse to repent. All right, but it's Wisdom of Solomon 17:7. It says, for the illusions of art magic, they were put down, and their vaunting in wisdom was reproved with disgrace. Them curses and them plagues that ensued after that lice, man, you know. It was nonstop. Oh shit, we done fucked up. You see, and that's what these people are experiencing. That's why they're gathering all these people from around the world. All right, diviners and these scholars. All right, which is not true wisdom. The shit that they're into. All right, and our people are into spiritualism. All right, all this wicked. I came across a witch a few months ago. I cut that bitch out, but she was She said. I was like, damn, how you know, she was like, they said you was nice or you wouldn't hurt me or some shit. You know, I'm not going to get into too much detail, but it was some wicked shit that the bitch was talking about. But she was, you know, and I seen all the shit on her walls and all the idols and shit, you know. But right, man, our people are into that, you know, wizardry, all right? And that's not supposed to be so amongst the Israelites, but right. You see, that shit is not going to work in these last days, man. Okay, but let's go here. That was in Wisdom of Solomon 17:7. Let's go here to Isaiah 47. You should be in tune with them wicked left-hand spirits, as the majority of our people are, man. That's all it is. You know, you claim to serve a God, or you claim to, you know, talk to the spirit. That's wicked. And Esau is heavily into that, especially the higher up you get with the so-called music. You know, you got to do blood rituals, sacrifices to get up. All right? It's Isaiah 47 and 7. It says, and thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to heart, neither didst thou remember the latter end of it. Therefore now hear this, that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, and sayest in thy heart, I am and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, and one day, the loss of children, widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for thy great abundance of thine enchantments. And this is what America is built off of, sorcery and enchantments and witchcraft. All right, it says, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thy so-called wisdom. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, and thou shalt not know from whence it riseth. Right, this is an evil time that we're in, man. You gotta watch, you gotta pray, you get in the car, going in the store, coming home, on a job, all right? Because judgment going out, man. The Lord said we send plagues upon Egypt as before, and that's a part of the plagues is violence. There's going to be a lack of jobs, food. So this thing is increasing, and they're seeing the shit that they're cleaving onto, this wisdom. You know, these professors, these theological cemeteries, preachers, pastors, all right, scientists, all right, it's not working, man. Their wisdom, all right. Isaiah 47:11, it says, therefore shall evil come upon thee, America, Babylon the Great, this landmass, and its leaders thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. It's the point, Isaiah 47:12, stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, stargazers, monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Right. So as the fucking magicians, the wizards in Egypt, they wouldn't save from them plagues. I said we can't do this. This is the finger of God. Let's read that again. I might have skipped over and kind of going fast a lot. Let's read it again. It's that Exodus 8. Salaki, I'm going kind of rapid fire. This Exodus 8 and 18. It says, and the Egyptians did so with their enchantments to bring forth lice, but they could not. So there were lice upon the man and beast. It says 19. Then the magician said unto Pharaoh, this is the finger of the Most High. And Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he hearkened not unto them as the Lord had said. Right, so they said it's the finger. They acknowledge, okay, it is the power that Moses and Aaron is dealing with. And this is the same thing that's what's about to happen upon the world with the prophets. The men of the Lord about to be highly esteemed, sought after by all you chicken-headed ass, rebellious ass women of our nation. All right, some of y'all gonna get into the fold. The Lord gonna have mercy. But this is what's about to happen. The wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is going to be acknowledged through the Lord's prophets, through YAHAWAH, the prophets, the men of the Lord, the 144,000. Chiefly speaking, the governing body, the ministers, the priests. All right. So right, that power is going to be acknowledged. This is that was it on Isaiah 47. You see, so the enchantments and all the wizardry and the sorcery is not going to save Babylon the Great, America. All right. Even though you seek to get the Hebrew Bible and the artifacts and the texts that you have because you're empowered, but you're not going to get the prophecy, the understanding, the truth. This is Nahum 3, and I'll close it out. Okay. This is Nahum chapter 3. In verse 4, it says, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, America, Babylon the Great, the mistress of witchcrafts, that setteth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcrafts. Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will shew the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. And this is what's taking place, man. That nakedness, that vileness. All right, your sins. All right, look, this is a wicked landmass, man. You can't tell us that it's not. You can't tell the world that it's not. And your wisdom is now being seen as foolish. All right, that's why you come with the MOTB and science and technology. All right, but I'm gonna stop it right there, man. Just a quick hit. Thought I'd touch on that. Lord, that was edifying. All praise, honor, glory to Yahawashi, Shalom.